Okay, the other day I explained the Lorenz force and showed it on the screen, as you can see here, and basically explained that a railgun function is two opposing electromagnetic fields which rotate in counterclockwise and clockwise rotations, and matter is accelerated through the center or the projectile. And basically I drew some arrows and just said where they meet there's an acceleration point. Well, I didn't really go into too much detail. It was, it's perfectly right, but there's no detail. So last night I had a good think about it and started watching some smoke again, and it revealed itself to me. So here's an in-depth, detailed diagram of what the Lorenz force actually is and what it's doing. Okay, so going from top to bottom, left to right. So we'll go to the top and move to the left, and we're going to go from left to right and then drop down left to right. So the picture on the left, this is a smoke waveform. It has a counterclockwise and a clockwise rotations going up. It is joined by more cross-connecting rungs, and when you get to the top, this is the front view, the smoke rolls over, turns into a set of scroll funnels, and then they rotate around to the front. This is a front view if you were looking head on at smoke rising and the counterclockwise rollover. We go to the middle picture. This is what's actually happening. The smoke rotates round into a circle, into a halo. Then the pieces cross over and then meet in the center of the circle. And then we move to the right hand picture, and it's pretty self-explanatory. This energy is then refocused into the middle and becomes a double helix Lorenz force. And when you put several of them together, of these waveforms, it shoots between waveforms and is accelerated by each one. And just go down to the left on the right there, and you will see exactly what it's doing. So basically, the energy moves forward clockwise, then it rolls over counterclockwise and forms a halo. The halo tips rotate around and in until they meet the tip of the clockwise rotation that formed the rollover wave. This, when the extra energy of the clockwise rotation is added back to the clockwise rotation in the center, this gives the clockwise rotation enough energy to move forward. The more electromagnetic energy induced, the more forward motion will continue in the same fashion. And I've got written down there, this is the same as an atom shell structure. I've already shown a picture of my atom construction, and if you take the counterclockwise rotation on the outside and just push it straight to the top, because an atom is a construct, this is not, this is the flow of energy. So you just take that outside counterclockwise rotation, push it to the top, and this is what you get on the bottom left. So the same as an atom is a bit of a eureka moment, because this is quite incredible. In an atom, orbit 1 and the distance between orbit 1 and orbit 2 equals the energy of orbit 2. And that's what I have on the left. So 2 plus 3 equals 4, or 1 plus 2 equals 3, but it's kind of in the wrong order. But if we start off with the wave at 2, and then we add the shoot forward at 3 and the wave at 4, basically it means the same thing. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. Orbit 1 plus the distance between orbit 1 and orbit 2 equals orbit 2. Well, this is what's between orbit 1 and orbit 2. Clockwise rotation out, and then a wave that rolls round counterclockwise. So basically, this is how energy travels. It's also the fountain of life from God, energy continually pumping forward. It ends up looking like a fountain. It goes up, rolls over into two waves, goes up, rolls over into two waves, and there you have the fountain of life from God inside you forever for eternal life. And yeah, so that's it for the Lorenz force. It rolls around into a halo, the energy, because it's formed enough energy to make a circle. Then it spins itself into the middle and then shoots forward from the center, and it's all the energy of 1 and 2 focused into a tighter beam, which is why if you put more energy in, you will get more energy out. Literally the same energy. I don't know anything about railguns or Lorenz forces. All I know is this is what it's doing. And then if you stack 5 of those rings in front of each other, you get constant acceleration, which is how a railgun works. It's how smoke functions, because you can see CME smoke, V's shooting out of cigarette smoke. Once a few rings line up, because it's electromagnetic radiation that's coming from the cigarette, it then acts like a railgun because it's electric. So yeah, gravity doesn't exist, everything's electric. Otherwise, how is my smoke electric? It has an electric function. A railgun is electric, so smoke and a railgun act exactly the same. And I've got a little picture here. So it's a crappy drawing, I just did it, but basically that's what happens. It's a smoke Lorenz force, causes V's of smoke to shoot forward. It's also how muscle nerves cause contraction. So if you imagine your bicep, when you induce energy in, the rings form around into the halo and lift your muscles and make them contract. So yeah, that's how your body contracts its muscles. So any kind of robot designer out there or whatever, yeah, this is how you make muscles contract. The energy pushes up and round into a halo, lifting your muscles, causing contraction. So there we go, revelation after revelation. And just as a side note, just so you all know, wizards were burnt at the stake for messing around with smoke. So people like me, 400 years ago, would have been burnt at the stake. And you know who did it? The scientists of today. Because they don't want you knowing that everything's electric, because it leads straight back to God. My name's Lee, and I'm a Christian.